Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Alright, so I am trying to catch up on some private readings because I have the new paradigm this weekend and I won't be able to do readings and the new paradigm at the same time. And so I'm waiting for Kristen's reading to upload. She was the winner of one of the contests I did on the Divine Essentials page. And I figured because she sent me another deck, I would do a reading to say thank you. So I have the Lover's Oracle here, and it is a beautiful deck. Mana, stop. And it has like all these little pictures on this side. So it's really pretty. And then on the other side, it just has little quotes like, if each time I thought of you were a flower, I could walk in my garden forever. So I thought that was beautiful. That one came out earlier when I was playing with them. So let's start off with what Divine Masculine wants to say. Desire does not demand love before it traps you, but desire with love creates a powerful bond. Desire does not demand love before it traps you, but desire with love creates a powerful bond. So I feel like some of those feminines who were wondering, like, is it just passion or is it just a sexual desire? They're saying that with this love that's in this passion and this sexual desire is where the powerful bond comes from. And you see how connected they are. That's a powerful bond for them. So that's beautiful. And wow, that's the one on the deck. I don't think they repeat like that. No, that's the only one like that. That's awesome. So, meant to be. So let's see what Divine Feminine has to say back to her masculine. Whoa, it went way across the room. Can I reach it? Where the hell is it? I can't even see it. Hold on. There's the card. Whew, sorry. It went to the other side of the bed. Alright, and now this thing's all messed up. It says, two souls with but a single thought, two hearts that beat as one. That is beautiful. That is so twin flamey. Because you guys share a soul. And I do feel like your guys' hearts do like beat as one. Like I feel like you get into sync. Like your hearts beat in sync. You know, your energy is in sync. It's like when one of you feels something, the other feels something. Whenever you think something, they feel it, they hear it, they know it intuitively. They receive messages connected to it. And look at the same type of picture. Forehead to forehead. So in the Mune key, this is how we transfer wisdom and knowledge to each other. Like at the end of the rite, we push our foreheads together so that the information and the wisdom, the light and the love, all of that energy that's coming in with the rite transfers from one person to the other. And it's like, look at how this love has grown over time. You see they're young here, and then here they're older, and they're like, that's a beautiful message. And this one fell out too. It says, love changes everything. Days are longer. Words mean more. Joy is more intense. Pain is deeper. Love can turn your world around. And that world will last forever. That's pretty. So it's like he's giving her his love. And everything is going to change from that moment. But I just think that's perfect, those messages. So that is awesome sauce. Thank you, Kristen. I love this deck. So let's see what else we have to tune in with. I'm going to use this one, and we're going to see what is like the current state that they're feeling right now. Like, what are they currently feeling towards their Divine Feminine? What is the Divine Masculine currently feeling about his Divine Feminine? Hermit. So I feel like they're in this reflection mode. Some of them could have some depression, because I am seeing this on the bottom. See, like, because of Three of Cups, because of marriages, because of third-party elements, because of drinking, because of drugs, because of whatever it has been, they feel like they've missed their opportunities for their Two of Cups. They feel like their soulmate, their partnership is away from them. And so they're in this reflection hermit mode. So I feel like some of them are really just detached and disconnected from, the people that they were once connected with. And they're just like isolating themselves and not really wanting to interact with the world. They're not wanting to like come out of their little shell. And they feel like their wishes are kind of like upside down right now. And they may look at this divine feminine as that light or that energy, but I feel like there's something going on where they feel like it may not be available right now because of things that have happened, things that have transpired. What did I do here type of energy. Yeah, and here's the devil. So it's like because of this karmic energy, that's why these wishes are upside down. That's why these cups are knocked over, because of stuff that has held them back from their lover. But what it is it's giving them strength, okay? So it's like we all signed up for this, and it's hard. Sometimes our egos get upset and we get triggered at the fact that they're married, or the fact that they're dating somebody, or the fact that they're talking to somebody else and they're not talking to us. And it's like we feel like they belong to us, and they do the same thing. Like they get jealous and triggered if you talk to somebody else or if you do something else. But in the same instance, it's like we're not together, So, it's a confusing roller coaster for them, but we all signed up for this. This is what we decided to do before we came here, so that we could heal our contracts, so we could rise up, so we could become the star, so we could be the way showers for others, to help heal the collective, to embody unconditional love and love these people regardless of what's going on karmically. We don't need to love what they do. Like, I know a lot of you are angry and they've hurt you and they've done really bad things to you. But they were like designed to trigger these things inside of you so you could heal and become a stronger person. So you could make that decision to change. So you could make that decision to learn, so that you could, spend those nights up understanding and getting clarity on what things needed to be cut out, so that you could have better boundaries, so that you could have a stronger truth, so you could have a stronger love and attract a stronger passion than like a knight would come. This is the King of Wands. This is what you're attracting through becoming the best version of yourself. You're attracting a new beginning of value and worth. And yes, you're the wounded healer. Yes, you're the, person that's been beaten up through the energies, but you're not giving up, because you have this passion inside of you that belongs with this person, and that passion's growing for you. So it's a beautiful energy. And I do feel like they are thinking about using these tools that they have at their disposal, communication, emotion, value, energy, passion. It's like they're getting into this magician energy. While they're in here, they're learning about these tools, how to use them, how to manipulate the energy, how to heal the emotions, how to heal their own triggers, and to look at the parts of themselves that make them run from it, or make them, turn off their communication, or make them take away the value of their feminine, things like that, so they can have this embodiment, this balance of the passion, the balance of the love. So they have unconditional love, and they have this unconditional passion for the divine feminine, but they have to balance these two things out, because a lot of times what happens is they come with the fire, but they forget about the emotional part of it. And sometimes it's like the divine feminine's emotional part can put out the fire, and it's like too much, so it's like we need to balance, and that takes patience, that takes time, that takes healing, that takes growing. It takes you coming into a place of balance within yourself, so that you can attract balance from outside of you. So let's see. What can you expect from your divine masculine in the future? Like, in the near future, what can you expect? We've got the High Priestess and the King of Pentacles. So I feel like the divine masculine may start tapping into their intuition. They may be seeing you as the High Priestess too. And so it's like, I feel like Spirit's also saying, like, you kind of already know what to expect, because you do have that knowledge inside of you, because you are connected as one. And I feel like they are looking up at the stars. They're looking up into trying to figure out, like, where they're coming from, where their home is, because you feel like home to them. You are that star energy. You are that high priestess. And a lot of these divine masculines are starseeds. They've come from the stars. You've come from the stars. So it's like, and even if you did, like, we all come from, like, we all have stardust in us. We were created as souls. You know, we were in the ether. We weren't physical beings. And so we look up from our physical being self into this energy of the high priestess. And we know that that's our true home. But we also feel this with our divine counterparts because they share that energy with us. So they're looking to their divine counterpart and they're wanting to communicate their truth. They know their divine truth. They know that this is where their love is at. They know this is where their star is going to come from. Okay? And so they may be looking at you with a new set of eyes, with a new bit of passion, with that awakened light that, oh my God, this is, you know, something bigger than what I thought it was. This can actually change my life. They're in their king energy, you know, and they're seeing their feminine in her high priestess, Queen of Cups energy, unconditional loving energy. So, and it's because he has risen into his King of Swords energy to speak his truth. So as soon as he reaches this, as soon as he's ready to communicate his truth to her, she switches out of the Queen of Swords energy into the Queen of Cups because she does love this masculine unconditionally, and she doesn't want to leave those two of cups stand behind her. She feels like things are unfinished. Does she have doubts and fears? Is she afraid that his truth is going to be a lie? Yep. But she still wants her fresh start. She still wants her new beginning. She wants to know the secrets too. She wants to know the truth. She wants to understand it better. And whenever we see the high priestess and the moon in the same, you know, reading, that indicates that there's probably been infidelity on some part. You know, there was something that was said or done to this you know, couple that made them feel like, oh my God, you know, you betrayed me. So they want the truth. They want to know like all of the details that have been hidden. And so again, you got to tap into your high priestess self, but you also have to receive the truth from your masculine. So if your masculine comes to you and he's not speaking the truth, you know, make sure that you trust yourself, because the high priestess energy is there. You're going to know if they're telling you the truth, or you're going to know if they're just like kind of blowing smoke up your ass. But again, you're in this high priestess energy. So I feel like you can expect to be, you know, balanced and feeling good. You know, and I really do feel like you're going to have that Queen of Swords there ready. You know, it's like the minute you don't feel like there's truth coming out, you're going to say, okay, bye-bye, because you don't want that. But a lot of you are in that energy right now. You're kind of on the defense. You love this person. That love is right there with it. You know, you've done a lot of work to become this empress who can embody any of these queens at any moment. But right now, I feel like Queen of Swords is kind of center stage because you're not sure what they're bringing to you. You know, they've hurt you. They in the past, they've brought you page offers. They may have pretended, or you have gotten creative in how they were approaching you or presenting things to you. But it's like, if they give you that truth, if they raise up their sword, you will put yours down and you will go into that love because you wish to have this connection too. You feel it. You feel like you're missing out on it. You know, you're in these places of self-sabotage sometimes, you know, wondering like, why did this happen? You feel defeated. And it's like you just want your fresh start where you can know the truth and you can be the empress to your emperor. So, let's see, where are we at? All right, I'm not going to do a very long one just because it's late and I'm tired. Let's see let's see what can you expect in the end from this partnership? Like, where's this partnership going to end? We have Queen of Pentacles that just jumped out. So I feel like in the end of all this, you are going to be individually unique. You're going to have like this value, this worth. You're going to know who you are as a person. There's going to be a lot of strength within you. You're going to have that fiery passion inside of you. And I feel like a lot of you will have your counterpart. You know, you're going to make the right choices to embody the correct energy that's required for you to make that choice that leads you to your union. You're going to overcome these thoughts, but some of you may have to fight them for a little bit, all right? Like there may be some fighting, some victories, some defeat, but that's what makes you stronger, you know, going through all of the karmic stuff, going through the sleepless nights, having to walk away from things that don't serve you, so that when the next love offer comes in, it's action filled, it's communication, it's got all of the energy and alignment with it to keep it moving. It's not going to repeat cycles of the past that have hurt you, or cycles in the past that have died out. You know, it's time to take the blindfold off and make a clear decision. And I also feel like this person may be, in this energy of the Page of Swords, just kind of waiting and watching to see when they can have that new start, that fresh start, slowly moving towards it, and working through the shadow self, working through the fears and the isolation, the anxiety, trying to become this Nine of Pentacles so that they can embody the 10. So I feel like this is for both divine feminine and masculine. You guys need to heal any wounds, any fears, any darkness, anything from the past that could be holding you back, any illusions that could make you feel like you're not going to get this. As long as you're in the energy of knowing that you are in this Nine of Pentacles, the next step for you is your 10. And you start to feel like you're already in it, it's going to come. Regardless of where it comes from, it's going to come. You will get the person that wants to spend their life with you, but you have to stop living in the illusions and the fears of that it not coming. And then take that leap of faith and just allow. So what's the final outcome for these people? We have the King of Pentacles. So look at that. King and Queen belong together. They've realized their value. They've realized their worth. Yeah, here's the Emperor and the Hierophant. You're going to have your commitment from your masculine. I feel like mostly the divine feminines are tuning in here, but you can reverse this too, because we have seen the Empress. So it's like, this is your spiritual commitment. And yes, it may be in suspension right now. Things may be on hold, but while you're in this place, you're learning, you're growing, you're uncovering the secrets of this higher level commitment. And I feel like a lot of the divine masculines are going through their awakenings too, so that when you come back together, you can have your Four of Wands, twin flame, 11-11 union. So let me see. Let's just get you one couple more of these. What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? What is this? True love is like a ghost who everyone talks about but few have seen. How funny is that? I feel like they're trying to be funny with that because they ghost the divine feminine so much, and it's like, yeah, we've seen you, but we talk about it, but we don't get to see you that much. So they come in and they ghost. And I think that was cute, because they know what they do. They know the intensity of the connection, but they still do it. And you do your stuff. Like, there's so many things. Like, there's this, look, see how, like, when you're here in the physical, it's like you feel them with you. And you get the confirmation. Like, they were thinking of you. You get the confirmation. You feel something. You get the confirmation. You may not get the confirmation right away all the time, but it's like, it's there if you look for it. Like, anytime I think about my masculine, I get confirmation within, minutes of that thing, that connection, this telepathic connection. And it's like they're always there with you because they're inside of you. So I feel like what they're also saying here is that, this is true love. It's like a ghost. It may not be there in the physical. You may not see it, but it exists. And it does exist between the two of you. And I feel like they feel the same way about you. It's like, even when you're not there with them, like while they're working, while they're doing their stuff, wherever they are, whatever they're doing, a piece of you is there. And they're reminded of you all the time. I feel like this is like the I'm reminded of you constantly card. And it's like, even though they're in that ghost mode, they're still thinking about you. This connection has grown over time. This is like a lifetime. This is lifetimes, this is like past life love. This is from the moment you were born, you were destined to come together type of love. And look at, again, it's like this thing, it's like they just have this connection where it's like they both intuitively know that they're helping to heal each other. They're not helping to heal each other. So let's see what Divine Feminine wants to say back. Each of us is an angel with only one wing. We can only fly by embracing one another. So she's like, get out of your ghost mode and come be the other wing that can help fly. Because it's like, I feel like, Divine Masculine, he's doing his work on his side, and he may be struggling at times to make it all work. Divine Feminine, she's doing her work on her side, and she's really trying hard to rise up, and she's doing it. She's getting there. She's working as hard as she can to do it. But if they just came together, they would rise up together so much easily, into that divine perfection. And so she's kind of saying, like, I need my other wing. And it's like, you're this other piece. So we'll get one more for Divine Masculine. It's better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. So I feel like they're kind of saying, the things that they've done, they feel like you may get mad at them, like you may hate them at times, and you may feel that way. I don't think you hate them, you just hate the things that they do. But what they're trying to say is, it's like sometimes they have to do these things because they're not yet in alignment with who they truly are meant to be. And so they don't want to be fake with you. And I feel like they're getting ready to get out of those things, and they're not going to worry about being hated anymore because they've been living for society. So it's like in the past, the reason why they did things that you may have hated was because they were living for others. They were living in the like, well, that person's crazy, or you shouldn't be with that person, or well, that person did this, or that person blah blah blah. Some of them are married and they're like, well, I've got kids, I've got a wife, like I can't just go off and do this. And I think they're saying here is like, they'd rather be hated for making those decisions to leave that life behind than to be loved for something that they're not. And, you can see here that this is something that they are connected to. This is something that they can't deny. And I feel like they're trying to just say, like, they want to move away from those things. Even if people are going to hate them, they don't want to be in a place and be loved for something that they're not in alignment with. So in the past they weren't in alignment, they did things that you hated, but now they're getting into alignment with where they're supposed to truly be and who they truly are. And they may be hated by their karmics, their families, their friends, society. They got those illusions thinking about it, but at the end of the day, I don't think they're going to let it stop them. They'd rather be hated than to live in those places that just don't work out. And here's Divine Feminines. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it was truly meant to be. So how perfect is that for Divine Feminine? So many of the Divine Feminines have let go. And they know intuitively, like, if this person comes back to them, that it's meant to be. But it's like, if they don't, they're just letting it go. They're not chasing anymore. They're not going to go after it. Like, I've talked to Divine Feminines that are like, you know what? I'd rather just spend the rest of my life alone than to go, like, they're just okay with this. Like, they're not excited or like, yay, but they're in that place of detachment that you actually need to be in to open up that resistance to allow for them to come back into your life. So if they're truly meant to be there and you get to that place of detaching and releasing and allowing, the ego part of us that's like, come here right now, like, why aren't you here? You actually open up the space for them to come because you're in that vibration of unconditional love. Look, it says, love is like a rosebud. It may reach full blossom or it might die softly. So it's like, sometimes we have to know that, at the end of the day, that's those fears. And it's like, if you don't feed it, if you don't love it, if you don't allow it to grow, if you don't just keep those people in that energy of unconditional love, then it dies softly. And I feel like some of the Divine Feminines are trying to say that to the masculines, like, if you don't feed this love, it's going to die softly. Because a lot of Divine Feminines are there. They're at that place where they're like, well, if they're not going to make the action, if they're not going to come back, then I'm okay on my own. And a lot of Divine Feminines are just in that place of waiting for it to come back. They're hoping it's going to come back. They're not happy that it's gone, but they're in that place of just waiting and hoping. And so I feel like this is just kind of speaking to all the different places that Divine Feminine is at. And the Divine Masculine is finally starting to say, like, you know what, I'd rather be hated for leaving these places that I don't feel I belong than to be loved, to be here and not have what I love. Like, they don't want to make everybody else happy anymore. They want to make themselves happy. And they want to, like, let that rosebud grow. So let's see what else Divine Masculine has to say. Love will die if held too tightly. Love will fly if held too lightly. So like I was just saying, Divine Feminine, those of you that have known, like, you're just letting go. You're not going to be like, you're not going to hold it too tight and hurt that blossom before it can grow. And you're not going to, freak out. It's like, you're just going to let it go. If it's meant to be, it'll be there. If it's not, it won't. You want it, but you're not going to freak out about it. You're just going to wait for it to come back to you. And if it doesn't come back to you, you're going to softly let it go and explore these other options in your life. It's like you're just going to go to where you need to go. But like, Divine Masculine saying, because if you're letting it go lightly, this love will fly. But if you hold on too tightly and you're just in that energy of like, where is he? What's he doing? Blah, 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 blah. You're holding too tightly. Let it go and it will come back. If it doesn't come back, then you know something better is coming in its place, because you're in that vibration of allowing it. You're in that vibration of opening up to what's truly meant to be there. That's the intention you should have. You shouldn't say, I'm letting go for the intention of him to come in. You're letting go for the intention of the person that's supposed to be there to come in. It only takes a second to say I love you, but it takes a lifetime to show how much. So this is for those of you, I feel like in the past your masculine may have said that they loved you, but their actions said something totally different. And I feel like they want to make it up to you. They want to make those decisions to leave behind those things that were keeping them from being able to show you how much they love you. Love is like a storm. It is fresh and cleansing. It is natural and essential. It is powerful and fulfilling, and nothing can get in its way. So they do have this storm brewing inside of them, and they do want to come towards you to express that love. They want to show you. They don't want to just talk about it. They want to show you how much they love you, and they want to be fulfilled by the power of it. And I think because those divine feminines pulled themselves back, that's why they've realized that storm brews inside of them. You're not chasing them anymore, so they've had time to feel it grow, And love does not know about yesterday and tomorrow. It is always new. So if you're, worried about we've had all this stuff, just look at it as it's always new. You always have a new opportunity to start over, to be somebody else. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the, what ifs. Just live in that moment and just be in that moment. Don't worry about what the next day is going to bring. Don't worry about if they're going to call you or not. Just stay in the moment. Be loose and light with your love and allow them to give you, because they want to show it to you, but you have to allow them to show you. Your divine feminine is the receiver, divine masculine is the giver. So you have to give them that space to give, Sometimes the one thing you are looking for is the one thing you cannot see. So you want to start looking at things from a different perspective. However you've been looking at your connection, the little pieces, look a little bit deeper, look through their perspective. Think about the things that you know that they do or they've done throughout your connection that gives you that confirmation 100% that this person loves you, this person cares. If they didn't care, if they didn't love you, they wouldn't be checking up on you, they wouldn't be coming back around. If you were just a booty call, they would just move on to another booty call. I had a talk with somebody tonight, and it really helped me, and I realized because I don't talk to anybody about this other than you guys. But sometimes when you have a discussion with somebody about all of the things that have, transpired, it kind of gives you that reminder of oh yeah, that wouldn't happen if this wasn't real. So sometimes you kind of just want to go through that so you can have a death of the doubts, you can have a rebirth of the love, and you can have that rekindling love inside of you, knowing that it's meant to be, or that you're not fucking crazy, at least, because sometimes we feel crazy, was I just imagining all that, or was that real? We got to listen to the call of spirit and let our egos go. Stop trying to be right. Stop being angry. If we want an apology, you can't be angry. You kind of just have to already have forgiven them, give them the space so that they can come apologize. And sometimes we need to be the ones to apologize. If we've pushed too hard, or we've, made mistakes or whatever. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's done stuff. There's reasons why these things happen. There's reasons why they go ghost. There's reasons why they're afraid to love. You gotta remember that there's things that you don't know, and there's things that are inside of your soul that are meant for you to discover. So I hope that this assists you guys. I know it's not one of my normal readings. Kind of just took over with this deck. This deck's a different type of deck, but I like the energy of it. So if you like the video, hit like. If you don't like the video, you can hit dislike. Either way, that's going to help me to find people who do resonate with my messages. Oh shit, I totally forgot to say, thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers, guys. You guys are awesome. And the Divine Essentials channel hit 1,500 today, I believe. So that channel's starting to grow like crazy. I did a couple pick-a-piles over there that don't have anything to do with twin flames. But some of them did have twin flame stuff come up in them, which I was like, okay, here's twin flame stuff. But they, people, I'm getting a lot of really good feedback. So the one I did last night was what color and what does your energy, what color is your aura, what does your energy say about you? And then I have a past life one to figure out what your past life might be that could be holding you back right now. And then like there's a one over there that's like, what do you need to know right now? That one's hit like 10,000 views or something now. So, and it's all positive feedback I've received. So there's messages over there. I'm excited because I do the twin flame readings, but I would really like to get back into doing other stuff. And I'm going to be deleting a bunch of readings on this channel. I'm going to go back through the older ones. There's some ones that I want to take down where I don't want to talk about my personal thing anymore. I want to take all of that off. So I'm going to go through the readings. It's probably going to take me a few days to kind of figure out which ones may have too much of my stuff in it. And it's just because I feel like it's been detrimental to my connection, and I don't want that stuff out there anymore. So like I'm trying to detach from all of that and kind of open up space in my life for new stuff. So I want to get rid of the old and clear up the channel a little bit. And I think that's it. I'm going to try to get some meditations available for you guys too. So I'll probably do them for Vimeo for like a cheap like price. It's not going to be crazy, but I will do it for an energy exchange, and it'll probably, I'll do like an hour-long meditation to help you. But I know that a lot of people need the heart opening one, so I will get that available, and I'll probably just post like a short video here to talk about what came through in the channeling, and then I'll have it available for you guys to purchase. Alrighty, so I think that's it. Oh, somebody asked me to add a wish list for the puppies, so that is down there, and it has some treats and squeakies because that's what they like. And I also have the wish list for Dex, which Kristen has pretty much bought all of them. So thank you very much, Kristen. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, there is a link down below that helps me to continue doing this for all of you. And of course, if you like, comment, and share, that's even better. And thank you very much for all of your love and support. In Mune, namaste.